Welcome to Purgatory Stories. My name is Nick.
And I'm Christina.
And tonight we're going to go over our investigation of the Lake White Club in Waverly, Ohio. So tonight we're going to show you the Lake White shadow figure that we caught. As you see, we have Vicky sitting on the couch. This is actually Vicky, Lauren, and Christina, plus our cameraman Chad. They're in here and this couch has some kind of story around it where it doesn't like to be set on. Through some of the stories that were told.
So the couch has where it would physically make the person who sat on it feel different. It did not like sunlight. It actually took on a persona. So in this clip, Lauren, myself, and Vicky were in the room. Vicky sat on the couch, and we were conducting an EVP session about the couch. In the clip, the camera pans over towards myself and Lauren, and we capture the Lake White shadow figure. This is Vicky. She's sitting next on the couch. Would you like to sit next to her? The couch. Would you like to sit next to her? The couch. Would you like to sit next to her? Couch. Would you like to sit next to her? This is Vicky. She's sitting next on the couch. Would you like to sit next to her? Just sometime I'll look through that room again.
Alright, so as you've seen, right whenever we heard it kind of like sounded like a cat. I don't know what the sound was. We all kind of puzzled what the sound was. So we kind of just put a question there. I mean, that's to each his own. But as you've seen, as they turn, or he panned, you've seen the shadow figure go from right to left, and then you see Lauren look over, which is the girl to the, what is it, to the right there? Is that her? Or
yeah.
That's you.
To my right.
To your right. So she reacts to it first, and then Christina, she heard something going through the room as well. So what was your take? What did you hear?
It was like somebody was walking through. Now the floors in this place were very loud. You couldn't even shift your weight on these floors without making a creaking sound, and the floors were creaking as if somebody was walking through, which made Lauren and myself both turn around right after that.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that one more time here.
This is Vicky.
So here's the sound.
She's sitting next on the couch.
It sounded like a cat. Cat was something that was talked about in the legends of, there was a psychic that came through and talked about there was a cat there. So it kind of sounds like a cat, but again, I don't know.
Couch. Would you like to sit
but that was pretty cool to watch.
As soon as it walks through, Lauren hears it.
It turns her head.
And that was fast.
Yeah.
That was quick as lightning. This is Vicky. She's sitting next on the couch. Would you like to sit next to her?
So see, you can definitely see where you guys are reacting
So,
to hearing something going over there. Me and Joe were sitting out in front of the building. So that was our first catch at the Lake White Club for a shadow figure. It's one of the only like visual images that we've caught. So that one's pretty cool. You know, everybody's going to have their opinion about it.
our reason for investigating this location was actually a Facebook post by the owner of an event that they had hosted. I believe it was a wedding.
Yeah.
And behind the newlyweds, there was the profile image of the old owner, George Nye, which this club is around the log cabin that he grew up in.
The original. Yeah, the original.
So he's one of the spirits that are believed to be at the Lake White Club.
So all night, well, so this next clip, this is going to be what of the spirit box session.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is downstairs of the Lake White Club in the bar area. This is actually level almost with the lake itself. It can actually walk out to the lake. In this particular area, they said that there was the spirit of a younger child, or an 18-year-old kid, who had supposedly drowned in the lake. We were conducting the session to try to make contact with his spirit or any other spirit that was in the bar area.
So that another sighting that was going on was a man that used to sit in a bar stool every night at the corner. People would get pushed out of the chair at the end. It's only happened, they said, about 3 or 4 times, but it was always the same story, where the bartender was there and there would be somebody just drinking in that chair and would get pushed out of the chair, and nobody knew who it was or what it was. All they know is that they were pushed. So that's another, you know, story for this area. So we're going to go ahead and play this video of the spirit box session. I think it does say George in this, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. All right, so
It actually even says your name in this session.
does it say my name in this session?
Is there a reason you do push them off the bar stool? Are you mad that they're sitting there? That's something.
What's that beeping? It sounds like the EMF, doesn't it?
Are you making the EMF go off upstairs? That's in front of the couch.
Are you the young man who died in the lake?
Did you turn that?
Did you used to come here?
Can you let us know about the couch upstairs? Do you have anything to do with all the EMF readings we're getting?
Are you afraid to talk to us?
So I don't know what it was, but like it was like some tapping or some scratching or something. I kept looking over at the door to seeing if the door was going to open, because you guys were already talking about the door. It looked like it was opening up. So I kind of stared at the door for a moment, but I don't know. That was weird. Then Joe was starting to catch on to it.
Yeah.
So that was a little weird for my own personal experience.
Nick.
Yeah. And it's the same.
Yeah.
That's the same voice that says no and yes up there at the couch.
It does not want to.
And that's over the voice. We got it disembodied and over the spirit box.
Go.
It told us to go. So that was something that I didn't really like catch till now too, because that was
The same.
the same voice
Yeah.
told no. Okay, so
Anytime that we asked about that couch, it was the exact same voice.
let's go to the next, because right here.
Can I come sit down on the couch?
No. It just went red, dude.
Do you want us to leave?
I don't like that.
So that's a
voice.
good one. So that was a good catch, especially in the couch area, because I mean I really think that most of the, besides that downstairs area, which just weirded me out the whole time that we were there, this was like the main focus, because I mean it kept having the hot spots of the EMF,
Yeah.
and
It
it
would
would go
move
away.
around.
Yeah, it would be gone. We put it around like the refrigerator and everything. Of course, we got the EMF spike over there, but there'd be times that the couch was really hot, and then there'd just be times that it just wasn't, and it was weird. So
I think
this next clip, what is the next clip here? We're going to go.
you guys were downstairs in that very creepy
Okay.
part. This was the boys' session with Lauren and Chad. So it was Nick, Joe, Lauren, and Chad. Me and Vicky were outside.
So I'm walking out of this back room area. This area is where I get the worst vibes of the whole entire place. I don't know why.
And the
So
manager.
yeah, even the manager talked about this back area, and other people would always say that it was the spirit of the young boy hiding from whoever's down there. So as I'm like we did a little session with the thermo. Where we kept getting a cold spot, hot spot, which we'll look through that later. But this is where I get my mic pulled off of my shirt. So I'm walking out of this room, and I have my flashlight in my hand, thermal in the other, and as I'm walking out, I feel the mic just tug right off of my shirt. And before that, yeah, there's like a voice. Before that, nobody heard the voice, but we caught the voice before it actually happened. So here it goes.
You hear it clip off your shirt, too.
Yeah.
The static coming through this.
I hear Joe, but I don't know where he's at.
Pull my mic off my shirt.
He does like to mess with things.
Did it pull your mic?
Pulled my mic off my shirt.
Darn. I don't know if
I
I got
felt
it.
it tug and everything come straight down.
So anyway, that was weird. Like I said, I had the flashlight in one hand, the thermal in the other. I didn't catch snag. You can see the hoses hanging out, but they're not really hanging out outwards. They're just hanging frontwards, going to the boxes. So I don't know what that was, but it was cool to catch a voice before it happened. But this is not the only time. Here in a second, you're going to see kind of the same thing. Do we have that one, Chad? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So you're going to kind of see the same thing where Chad is over here trying to see what Joe's doing, and all of a sudden you hear a noise, and then he gets his vest tugged.
See the arrow?
Oh yeah.
Wow. That thing's going off crazy.
Yeah, right. Here's a.
Put it down lower. The wires are hot.
Gee, man, at Christmas?
Something touch you? Where'd you go? Are you messing around with them? I know, you gotta
Someone just
haze
grabbed the
them.
back of my vest.
And everything that happened to you guys were claims that were made by employees.
Yeah.
Pulling on your shirt, playing with items. You know, you'd go to find something and it wouldn't be in the spot.
Okay, so this here is our investigation of Woolly Burger. So this is the night that we actually went and we captured the vandalism that was actually done there. It had been, about a month and a half, 2 months before we were been there?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 months.
Before we'd been there from the last time. And Christina, she recognized it immediately that it was just something different. And so we got a lot that night. Woolly Burger is one of the most active, and I can't say really haunted, but I will say active places that I've ever been to. The feelings I get there, the voices, the constant pull towards the top of this hill. It's just all around an amazing experience for anybody that wants to experience something real from the paranormal, and I'll stand by that.
Absolutely.
100%.
And in this investigation, we actually had started getting crying and disembodied crying from the moment we started up the hill to the cemetery. And we always pick up stuff right around the middle to the top. That's when the action really starts. And right before that, we had started to notice like something was off, like something was definitely missing. And then we noticed all the headstones, so we're kind of like talking in the middle and discussing that at this point. And
So basically, this is where we first hear the weeping. We first hear the weeping, the crying. I didn't know what it was. It sent a chill up my back. But we're going to go ahead and play this.
did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Crying.
You want to know what happened? Chill went up my back right before it happened.
Me too.
So when we've went to Woolly Burger previously, if you know, like,
You guys
we
covered
caught
it in
the
the last
yeah,
talk.
we caught the fucking weave, and it was the craziest, most loudest EVP we've ever caught. I heard it with my ears. Chad hears it through the headset. Joe hears it through the headset. You hear it with your ears. It was just crazy. So that whine, that second whine whimper, it was loud. It was loud like that fucking leave, to where we all heard it like loud and clear, and it sounded like it was right there beside us, right there with us.
We had actually decided to cut the investigation after hearing the crying. It was just very sad seeing, because this place is beautiful in the daytime. It's a wonderful place to see the people who lived in the area before us, the foliage of the trees. It should be a beautiful wet resting place, and these people are not able to rest. So we decided we were going to leave. And I think at this point we were already mostly, if not almost all the way down the hill. Now we had to stop like every couple feet in the hill, because we were hearing things walk with us down.
Yeah, I heard everything from talking. So we stopped. I mean, in our Woolly Burger, what, round 3? What was it, round 3? Yeah, I stopped, and about 3 or 4 times walking down that path because of the things that we heard. So here you're going to actually hear some some walking. My bad. We stopped, and I started hearing the walking, and as you'll see in the video, I'm like panning my light around, trying to see if the leaves are moving, because I can just hear it loud and clear. Like, I don't. But let's check this video out.
Back up a little bit.
Did you hear that?
Still talking.
Here's something walking on gravel.
Footsteps. Like it was telling us goodbye. It just walked away. What does that say?
I don't know what that says. If y'all have any opinions, let us know. We'll go back here.
Back up a little bit.
Did you hear that?
Back up a little bit.
Did you hear that?
We think it says to or you. So I'm not too sure, but here's this walking.
Still talking.
You hear something walking on gravel?
Footsteps. Like it was telling us goodbye. It just walked away.
Thank you all for watching our Purgatory stories. I'm Nick.
And I'm Christina. I'd like to remind you to like, comment, and share our videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Purgatory Stories.